Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome if you're new here, and if you're a return viewer and subscriber, thank you so much for all your views and support. It really means a lot. We're going to look at some global predictions in this reading, but before I begin, just to let you know, if you haven't seen already, private readings are currently available with me. The link to my shop is in the description box if you're interested. They're not available all year round, so if you'd like a reading, make sure you don't miss out. If it says sold out, please check back at a later date when more should be available. I don't put too many out at the same time so that I can get them back to you in a timely manner. It seemed quite a few of you wanted readings, actually, and they have been sold out. But there should be some more availability this week at the time of recording this reading. Some of you have received your readings already, as you'll know, so make sure you check your emails. So the main thing that came through for this reading, I got the title of the video actually come through before this reading, and the title I got was "The Great Purge is Upon Us." Now, we've had quite significant energy shifts in the world, haven't we? A lot of you will know I've been mentioning this since the end of last year. Some of you have been feeling it, seeing it around you. I feel it's going to intensify for some more time this year. Obviously 2026 breaks down to 10 and then a 1, so that number's also showing us an ending with 10 and a new beginning with 1. If you can hear noise, it's just Millie here. By the way, she's just on my lap, playing. So yeah, that's showing me this purge, this release, and a new energy that's going to emerge. So when I say purge, there's a few things with that. One is that some souls will be leaving this realm. That happens anyway, doesn't it? But I do see that may increase. And as well as that, the purge is going to be affecting the collective as a whole. I feel it's already been happening. Actually, I wonder if any of you have been feeling this. But it's going to intensify till it reaches a peak and then subsides, and then we've got this sort of new energy in the world. That's why I'm seeing it suddenly as a vision. So some people may go through a really big energetic purge, is the way it came through, where it's like emotions come over you. So this could be you, could be people around you, take what resonates, depends on your energy. Whatever those emotions will be, but I feel there'll be like lower vibrational stuff, like anger, rage, bitterness, sadness, might come over people, might be very sudden, could be like eruptions in anger, that's what I'm hearing, and then it goes. And that's the purge, the great purge within souls, I feel. So it's like releasing those lower vibrational energies to bring in the new frequency of the earth. So everyone is anchored in the light. That's the way that I'm seeing it. Hope that makes sense. And I also feel it's been playing out in the weather, in the environment. Obviously we have had storms, we get them anyway, don't we, but storms, heavy rain, which I feel again is part of the purge, cleansing the earth, essentially. So it's quite a significant time. Make sure, if anything, you ground yourself, but also go with it, whatever comes up for you. You know, it could even be, with those emotions, could be things from your past that come up. Don't push them down. let it out. That's really sort of what I'm seeing. We're going to get some more of the cards. Now, I was really guided before this reading in meditation to this deck. This is the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot. Quite a new deck for the channel that I've used a few times. There's a review for it here on my channel as well, if you'd like to see the cards. But my point is that it's a winter deck, and at the time of recording this, it's winter. However, sometimes it's felt like spring. It's been really bizarre, the weather shifts. So I believe that's why I was guided to this deck, because that's all part of the purge, as I said, in the weather, and then in the collective, in people, up and down emotions. You might have seen it around you as well. Some people being a bit aggressive. I've mentioned this in previous readings. So be mindful of who you're around. Or something else I've just remembered, kind of links to the weather. Obviously we've had storms, you know, sort of like winds, gales, hurricanes, but I was also getting spiritual storm. So this storm, it's like it's sweeping across the collective. We don't see it though, it's spiritual. And people who are misaligned are being affected by that storm, and it's creating an inner storm within them. It's like rattling them to make them release those energies that they have within, stuck energy. Another thing though is some of you might find you pick up on that as well, so that when that spiritual storm comes about, the times that it does, because I feel it's intermittent, there could be someone maybe around you, maybe you live with them, work with them, they suddenly have this fit of rage and anger, and you think, wow, where did that come from? Or you might not even see someone do that, you might just feel it one day. A very heavy energy, depleted, brain fog, confusion, tiredness. So you could be picking up on the collective energy as a whole if that happens. I hope that makes sense. I will extend this reading if any of you would like guidance on this, by the way. I'll do in that reading some more predictions and spiritual guidance in terms of what you can do. So that's available on my Patreon or here on my channel for members, AB Extension members. So I see some of you over there after this reading. We haven't started yet. Well, we haven't started with the cards. Or if you'd like to join, please do. It helps me, supports me as a creator as well. So thank you very much to those who are members and supporters. So we're just going to see with the cards anything else on this shift. So we're just focusing in this reading on the energetic shift, the purge. Wow, so those three flew out up there, and these are all major arcana. That's really interesting. Emperor, Hierophant, Lovers. It's 4, 5, 6. Wow. Yeah, a transition, first of all, with those three. These cards are shuffled, by the way. So we're getting a synchronicity there. You might see increased number synchronicities for some of you. And then we've got 77 as well. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's showing in the numbers the increase in energy. I feel in the collective. Now, the Seven of Swords can be about deception, lies, things not built on solid ground. I'm just hearing, so I channel as well with the cards. what I hear. But this person looks like they're very introspective as well. Just try and see what she's doing. She's got some scissors, so with that I'm getting cutting things out, releasing those lower vibrations, sad emotions I'm hearing. Maybe betrayal, because this card's about lies, deception. It could be about that, you know, letting it go. Really feeling a need for that in the collective, actually. Letting things go from your energy system, as I was saying. So you might want to do some inner work. This looks like a fire, so it could be writing it down, burning it to release it. And we got the Seven of Pentacles come through as well. Okay, I've just pulled out the book for this one, everyone, because I'm curious in terms of what that is in that image. Quite interesting. It says, this young maiden sitting by a window by a peaceful wintry scene. All is well outside, but she looks distressed. She's just stabbed a poppet with 7 tiny lightning swords, and now she's wondering what she's done. This was her attempt to get ahead with manipulation and dark magic, rather than staying true to her integrity. She's attacking others before they can attack her, and has become the person she's run away from. Well, that's really interesting, everyone, because that could be a sign also of what's to come. For some people, they'll turn to that. This is already happening, this kind of stuff. I didn't actually, because I see things positively, I didn't see it in that way. But yeah, this is someone doing some dark, deceptive stuff. So that could increase. Just going to put that out there. So again, yeah, be mindful of who you're around, as I said, because this could also create this intensity in some people if they're not aligned, if that makes sense, in their own energy. And it's interesting, we've got duality in these cards, because this one is someone in a greenhouse planting their seeds for spring. I do feel spring is quite significant, actually, for when things may shift. So like seeing your seeds grow for some people in the collective, long-term vision, commitment. So what are you focused on, essentially, you know? Trusting that your hard work will pay off. So for some of you are sort of wondering when things are going to shift for you, potentially. So I think that's really interesting in terms of, you know, how people will be affected with this energy shift. Will they turn to dark thoughts, dark emotions, dark practices? Or will they trust, maybe start growing something new, building something new, having faith that things will shift? Both energies are indoors. There's a bit of guidance there. You know, for some of you, you might find that. You might find you want to stay away from certain energies for a while this happens and just focus on your own work, let's say. So yeah, we've got Emperor, Hierophant, Lovers as well. Just going to put these a bit more central for you. Now, right away with the Emperor, Hierophant, I'm getting authority. Changes, possibly, in leadership and authority. I have been saying this, actually, in predictions, that I see this happening. Some people stepping down, changes. It's already been happening in certain countries. Some of you will know. What I'm also getting though with the Hierophant is religious dogma. So see how we've got this leader here and these people are following? Not necessarily even religion, could be a group, you know, friend circle, group that you're in, but different circles I'm getting around the world. And some of what is taught, because Hierophant can represent a teacher, some of what is taught triggers feelings in people of like judgment, and maybe makes them feel they're small. That's what I'm suddenly getting with that one. But this can also show, you know, a very enlightened teacher, an awakened one, spiritual teacher. And with the Lovers, which can represent a decision, I feel some people are going to maybe make changes, take the lead in their lives. The Emperor, see this figure's walking on to a new place, could even be that you move home, but maybe moving away from certain groups, whether it's your social circle, friends, family, people you listen to, who say they're spiritual teachers, but they're not really teaching you things for your highest good. You know, religion is really coming through with that card. And I've been guided to speak about this actually recently. Because being spiritual and religious are two different things. Obviously, you can all have your own beliefs. I respect that. And, you know, we should all, I think, respect other people's beliefs. However, some have been infected in terms of what they say, because they want power. Seeing this person here wanting to be the leader, wanting to be in power for the wrong reasons. So as I said, this could even be linked to the authorities. You know, what's their motive? For a lot of them, I'd say it's getting ahead, accumulating their own wealth and making everyone else feel miserable and poor. But anyway, that's just what I'm being guided to say there. And also you've got those who have faith, who, again, there could be someone you listen to, who tell you, pray every day, do this, do that, and you will receive everything you desire. You know, be positive, worship, because it's like these people who are worshipping this energy here. So, do any of you see that? Is there someone who basically is in their ego, wants all the accolades, wants to be looked up to, tells people a certain thing, these people believe it, and they get ahead, essentially, through what they're telling others, which isn't always true. And I'm including religious leaders here, let's say priests. The Hierophant can show a priest. Not all. But there are some who are like on the fence. They're not teaching people the correct things. That's what I'm just channeling now. So this card can show a choice. Again, there's someone here who's indoors reading. So I feel some people are going to want to read, gain more wisdom and knowledge. This is the year of increased wisdom and knowledge, I'm hearing. Things coming to light. See, there's a figure outside the window, but she's not interested. So I feel people becoming more insular, potentially, who want to grow and learn, do things in their own way with the Emperor that's come out there. So we're getting sort of a mixture of collective and larger scale stuff coming out here. So I'm really hearing here, doing things from the heart, making decisions from the heart. Some people are going to feel drawn to do that, I feel, and to move on from things that don't serve them, whether that's people, groups, things you've learnt that you need to unlearn, that's suddenly coming through, programming, social programming, things people have thought for years. I feel there's going to be a shift eventually once we've reached this more aligned energy, aligned frequency. It's going to open things up for people more. We're going to have true leaders and spiritual teachers come out. I'm hearing they're probably already out there, but they're going to be seen more. I'm hearing educators as well, getting so a mixture of leaders and their light workers, some who have been hidden and they're going to be seen. This is where this wisdom comes out for people, learning about these things that happen as well, that people do. What guides them to do this as well, because this is spiritual. It's not just someone in that energy thinking, oh, I'm going to do this. There are influences, let's just say, spiritual influences making this happen. And there's going to be learning in terms of how this all happens and what people can do to change that frequency. So before I go on to the extended, I'm going to pull an oracle card, which will hopefully give you some spiritual guidance to close out this reading. These are the new, I'm just going to show you the box, Rising Rani Oracle deck that you might have seen me do a review on here on my channel. So if you'd like to see all the cards, do check that out. And I think they're really good for empowerment for the collective. So wow, that's a really good one to end on. Determination, persistence, demeanour, willpower. This looks like a very empowered individual, doesn't it? This is what's going to happen then. People who are determined, persistent in terms of growing, working on themselves, working on something that they're creating, I feel are going to empower themselves and be successful in the future. Being in this demeanour as well, strong, like a warrior. Warriors will rise as well, as I said with that card. Leaders who are determined, light workers with the sun. The sun brings healing and power. Maybe the sun will come out, who knows, because yeah, in these cards I've noticed it looks dark. So there again is the link to the weather, you know, weather manipulation. The way that sometimes it's bright, that's the way it should be in the world. We should see the sun. A lot of you will know. When it's icy cold, it's like they've turned down the temperature gauge to fit in with their own way of living. When I say they, some of you will know who I'm on about, but I'm not going to go into detail with that one. Yeah, so okay, the sun, we might see shifts in the sun as well, which brings us more power, personal power and strength. So I really hope that's helped everyone and that you've enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to join us for the extended, please do. We'll get some more guidance and predictions as well. I'll put the links in the pinned comment if you're interested. Leave a comment, let us know what you feel in terms of the shifts, energy shifts that have been happening and will continue to happen. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.